Are we good to go yet? We are nearly ready to rock and roll. We are on. Hey guys, how you going? So today on BKR Sport, we are here for a nice little midday game here. Nice little cheeky midday game. Obviously 3 p.m. for you guys in New Zealand, but for us over here in Australia, it is 1 p.m. and perfect time to chill out, watch some football, some international friendly action, because it's not a real competitive game in the great scheme of things. Obviously, this game is effectively a warm-up and a bit of a taste tester for Australia before we head to the World Cup in a couple of months' time, which should be a fantastic time here on the channel. We're going to be streaming every single game of the FIFA World Cup, which should be absolutely awesome. But this game, obviously, we played them a couple of days ago, against New Zealand, and it was 1-0 to Australia at Brisbane, at Suncorp Stadium. Now we go over to New Zealand, so hopefully maybe we might be able to see. Well, to be fair, New Zealand played pretty well the other night. You can't really complain too much with how New Zealand played against Australia. Obviously, they did lose 1-0, but it wasn't a convincing 1-0 for Australia. And it is quite interesting that people expect Australia to win like 5, 6, 7, 8-0 kind of deal. One, it's a friendly, so obviously these teams, they are utilising it just as a bit of a, get this team together and gel them and get a bit of chemistry going. But two, Australia's still not that great. We still had to rely on the last qualifier against Peru and penalties to actually get into that World Cup. So I definitely believe we should be winning. We haven't lost to New Zealand in football since maybe about 2001, 2002, which is obviously a long time coming there. Trust me, I know, as a Bledisloe Cup fan. But yeah, look, it should be hopefully a good game today. I'd love to see Australia kind of step up a little bit more and show a bit more attack. We are in a group with France, Denmark, and Tunisia in the World Cup, so it's not an easy group by any means. Tunisia is still not easy. They are still a team that will definitely press us and definitely push some real quality footwork with. Then you go and have a look at Denmark, who have Eriksen, and then you have a look at France, who won the World Cup last time out. So, it's definitely something that we shouldn't be taking for granted, this game, and we should be still coming away with a win. I know it's at Eden Park. But this isn't rugby union. Australia should be coming away with the dub here. They have the better players on the list, and if they play like they did the other night, they probably do win 1-0 or even draw just 1-1. But if they play as what we should be assuming they're going to play like, you'd be looking more like a 2-0, 2-1, 3-1 kind of deal. I think New Zealand can get on the score sheet today, though. Obviously, they didn't get on the score sheet last week. Last week. No, not last week yet. 3 days ago. Whatever. If you think Sunday's the first day of the week, well then last week. Good on you. But yeah, look, let's go through the two-team lives here, guys, and then I'll look at see what you guys are saying in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new around here. Definitely going to be more of a chill stream today. Obviously, it's not too crazy, but let's read through the lineup. So for Australia here, we got the Grey Wiggle, Andrew Redmayne, the legend, the sexiest man on the planet when it comes to football. He's in goal today, with Atkinson, Deng, and Delbridge in the back line. We've got King, Metcalf, Jean Rowe, McGree, Leckie, Duke, and Tilio. Michael Tilio there. And then you move to the bench with Dejanek. You got Strain, Bacchus, Martin Boyle, Alu Kuala off the bench today, which is interesting. Devlin, Cummins, Langerak, and Francois. There you go. That is the team lineup there today. So a bit of a different team lineup than we saw the other day. They're obviously just kind of mixing it in to get more guys game time and give them more of a just kind of giving more game time, really. Now let's go have a look at the All Whites here. New Zealand All Whites, that is their nickname if you weren't aware. Let's see if they've got it up here. Here we go, starting lineup. Okay, beautiful. All right, so Ollie Sally's in goal today. They haven't changed that. With Bichnaka, Winston Reid, Bill Tuiloma, and Liberato Kakache in the backline. Now, Kakache was fantastic the other night. I thought he did really well in the defense, and obviously he's really nice as a fullback to just push up the field as well. You move to Tim Payne, Joe Bell, Marcos Tomanic, Matt Garbutt, Elijah Just, and Chris Wood. So this is pretty much the same lineup they played with the other night. Obviously, they want to take this a bit more seriously, but they shouldn't need to be taking it more seriously in Australia. We both should be taking it just as seriously. But I guess Australia does have a bit more depth in the area, and they just want to kind of get more guys in more guys some minutes here a couple of months out from the World Cup. You go to the bench though for New Zealand. You've got Paulson, Wood, Adams, Boxall, De Jong, Grieve, Howison, Dane Ingham, McCowett, Old, Rue, Wayne, and Wynn. So that's the two lineups there today, guys. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to go with Australia to win 2-1. I'll go 2-1. I don't think it's going to be that convincing, to be completely honest with you. It is in New Zealand. You would expect New Zealand to be a bit more up for this game. And it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day for some football. So I think there should be some goals abound, and both these teams' defenses are, a bit how you're going. But both these teams' attack are also a bit how you're going. But hopefully it leads to a high-scoring game here. But alright, guys, let's get into the chat. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, like I said. Subscribe if you're new around here on our way to 20k. And do not forget that tonight we've got the Australian PMXII game against Papua New Guinea Comoros in a game that's always fun to watch. It's always fun to watch at the end of the season when they get to select those two teams there. And obviously the Comoros can use it as a bit of a pre-World Cup warm-up as well, which is in 2 weeks' time. Timmy Carr says, hey mate, hello mate, how you doing? Zay Brown says, if we lose, I'll lose my mind. Yeah, you don't. We don't want to be losing here. I don't think it's acceptable to lose. I don't even it's still a friendly, guys. You've got to remember this. It's still a friendly. So the friendlies, although you don't want to ever lose, it's a friendly. It's not that deep. It really isn't. It really isn't that deep overall. So, yeah, I don't want to lose this. I want to be winning this, obviously, and getting a bit of momentum going into that World Cup. But with that being said, it's not really that deep for me. The Football State says the first game between us was super worrying in terms of performance. I don't think it was super worrying. I think that there was definitely concerns about the fact that we didn't score as many as we probably wanted to, or even should have in that game. We just couldn't finish it. Ollie Sale was pretty good, to be completely honest with you, in between the goal sticks there for New Zealand. And yeah, like I said, Liberato Kakache, he's a fantastic player, man, and he was really good there in the back line. But overall, yeah, our defense was a little bit worrying. We didn't concede a goal, though. We still kept a clean sheet, which is something that I would have lost my mind if we didn't. That's what I want to look at today again. It's about clean sheets. Most people who are, tune into football for the first time or a casual football fan will look straight for the attack and look straight for the strikers and straight for the goals. That's not really what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for Australia keeping a clean sheet because that shows to me that they can really hold their own. And even though this is New Zealand and not France, the fact of the matter is that they're still the best professional players in their own country, right? So it just gives us that really big leg up in regards to our defense going forward. And like I said, France, Denmark, and Tunisia are no easy beats. Tunisia, everyone thinks, easy beat. Not for us. I actually think that we would probably be above Tunisia in the world rankings, but it wouldn't be too far. We wouldn't be too separated. Zay Brown says, is Wood playing? What about Rojas? No, Rojas, I don't think I read his name out. Football State says, Wood is playing. Rojas, no, I don't think. Atan Lee says, I was hoping for Cumming to start. He'll probably come on probably a half-time or something like that, man. So we're just singing the national anthem of Australia right now. Get around it. Football State says, by the way, Tunisia is a super strong team. Not super strong, but they're decent. Super strong team. Most of their players from the top 5 leagues and even big clubs there. So for anyone who's thinking they're easy, they're miles clear of us. I disagree. They're not miles clear of us. Tunisia still aren't that great. But in comparison, we are in a similar level. I think you're underestimating us there. I think that's a real underrating of us. Overall, just because of, if we have these two friendlies and we don't look great, that doesn't change my opinion about the World Cup. When the World Cup comes around, we always seem to turn up. Do we always get to the group stages? No, not by any means. But we definitely have the ability to beat Tunisia. We definitely also have the ability to beat Denmark. Those two teams there are two teams that Australia could be looking at and thinking there's a potential to take some points away from there. And then France we should have drawn with them last time. We could have beaten them as well. But let's look at the draw and say that there was a really unlucky deflected goal from Paul Pogba in the 89th minute or whatever it was for France to win that game. So yeah, I think that it's a bit unfair to say that Tunisia are miles clear of us. I think that's completely out of it. I'm very well aware of the players that play for Tunisia, but as a team, I don't think they're above us in the world rankings, and it's fair enough that they're on a similar level. Desmond says, last time New Zealand beat us was the Overseas Nations Cup in 2002. Yeah, the same time when obviously we beat them in the Bledisloe Cup. Long time ago, man. Alexi Marian says, what do you know about it? What do I know about what? Football State says, 2 Sydney FC youth products in the starting lineup, best academy in the league. Okay. Ryan Zargos says, sup, BK, got us 2-1. Yeah, I'll go 2-1. Yeah, I like 2-1 there too. Mohammed El-Sani says, will we be doing NFL Red Zone? I hope so. I hope so. Malcolm says, Winston Reid's last game. Please don't be a snorefest. Oh, he's retiring after this game, is he, in regards to international football? Oh, wow, there you go. Yeah, look, I don't want it to be a snorefest, obviously, but there's every possibility that it could be. Malcolm says, goals galore. I'd love it. It's a beautiful day, maybe. But overall, I would be loving as an Australian to be keeping a clean sheet here. Ryan Zarkis' red main keeper is interesting. They're just testing the waters, man. They're just kind of moving them around. It is what it is. MP the King says, Australia and New Zealand playing today. Bro, what do you think we're doing right now? Dasmate says, stand and sing. I'm singing, I'm standing without standing and singing. Malcolm says, it's a friendly, but still a game of Oz versus New Zealand. Nothing friendly about it. It's subtle. It's subtle in regards to the care factor here, is what I would say. There's definitely a care factor because it is Australia versus New Zealand, but in the same sense, our rivalry isn't animosity-driven. New Zealand versus Australia is not animosity-driven. New Zealand versus England, animosity-driven. But still, you have a beer after the game. It's not like other rivalries in the world. Like, even All Blacks versus Wallabies, it's not animosity-driven there. But let's just quickly go through this team lineup here again here for Australia. Andrew Redmayne's the goalkeeper. Nathaniel Atkinson, Thomas Dang, Harrison Delbridge, and Joel King in the back line. Connor Metcalf, Dennis John Rowe, and Riley McGree in the midfield, with Matthew Leckie, Mitchell Duke, and Marco Tilio in the front line. Langerak, Dejanek, Schrain, Bacchus, Boyle, Kuol, Devlin, Cummings, and Francois as the substitutes there. Now, the one that I'm intrigued that he's on the bench today is Kuol. Kuol was absolutely... sorry, Kuol. I just realised who's not playing today. Who's the... Awam Bill's not playing today. Well, I'm spewing because Awam Bill was our best player the other day. Awam Bill's not playing today. Did I read his name out and I forgot to... I just haven't clicked it? Like, I'm not sure. For New Zealand, Oliver Sal is the goalkeeper with Winston Reid, Nando Pijnaka, and Bill Tuiloma in the back line. Elijah Just, Joe Bell, Chris Wood, Marco Stamenic, Liberato Kakache, Matthew Garbutt, and Tim Payne in the team with Danny Hayes the coach. Wood, Paulson, Wynn, Boxall, Grieve, De Jong, and Old as the substitutes there. Gawai Stomach Mouse is 3-0. Ryan Zago says, we'll draw with Tunisia 0-0, 0-0, or 1-1. So with Tunisia, are we playing them game 3? Because Australia always seem to have the exact same World Cup every year recently, right? Every time we're at the World Cup, we always seem to have the same kind of results. The first result will be an unlucky loss. A very unlucky loss. The second result will normally be either a win or a draw, and the third result usually is the one that we play the supposed easier team of the group and then lose 2-3-0. Happened with Chile, happened with not Chile, maybe Peru. Happened with Spain, who weren't great in that group and came third. Happened with it's happened quite a bit. Let's put it that way. So that's why if we're playing Tunisia third, I'm less confident because we always lose that third game. But if we're playing the first or second, I'm confident. Ryan Zagers will draw. Yes, right. Pew Throwaways yesterday must have been good for you, lad. Congrats to Geelong. Yeah, it was an amazing game. Amazing game there. Zay Brown says, how would you improve Kiwi football? Well, they've just got to look at the domestic level, man. You just have to look at the domestic level here. Just give me 1 second here. I just want to try and get something up right now. I can't believe that we don't have what's his name playing. I can't believe Awam Maville's not playing. I can't believe that Awam Maville's not playing there. Like, I'm confused. Why is he not playing here? You just decide, okay, screw it off. We're just not going to play him. Like, okay, cool. Interesting decision. Tunley says Awa went back to his club. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Why? It's like international break. Isn't he in like Belgium or something like that, or the Netherlands? I think he might be in the Belgium league somewhere around there, if I'm not mistaken. But alrighty, guys, here we go. The game is about to get kicked off here. Like I said, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and let's get it. Sebastian Gomez says, speaking of Spain, lost at home against Switzerland. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Alright, so the game is underway here, and it will be New Zealand with the ball in the attacking half here. But like I said, I'm looking for a clean sheet. If it goes 0-0, I'll be frustrated, but I'll be happy with the clean sheet. Bill's in Spain. Oh, there you go. That's great to see. Some of you say, I think a rivalry with Australia has kind of disappeared since they changed confederation. No, the rivalry's still there. There's definitely still a rivalry between Australia and New Zealand. New Zealand to Australia is like Canada to the USA. It's very similar. Like they're the same but different, you know what I'm saying? And it comes to bigger brother, little brother kind of deal that when you play each other. But it's just not, it's all out of love. Like I would rather see New Zealand win than anybody else in the world, realistically. When it comes to, you know, the big world stage, obviously besides Fiji and the Rugby Union, but overall, like the rivalry with New Zealand is more when we play each other. You want to win, and you're gonna probably win if you're in Rugby Union for New Zealand, but Australia's probably gonna win in every other sport. But overall, you know, it's not like I have. What is Redmayne doing? Jeez, that was scary. Redmayne really had to come well and truly out then. Oh, here we go. Australia can counter here. Australia can counter here. Good start. Ball over to the right-hand side. A little bit too heavy there. But still nice ball there for Australia. Into the corner. All right, whap it in there, Lecky. Atkinson gets it back. Back to Lecky. Lecky put it back for Atkinson, maybe. No? All right, cool. And I think is Jackson Irvine playing today? He must have gone back to his club as well. Jean Roy gets it back. Someone who says England getting relegated was still funny and I can't stop laughing. Oh, did England end up losing? Oh, that's right. They lost to Italy 1-0. Yeah, England got relegated. I can't believe, like, Italy obviously are the bogey team for England because, you know, Italy haven't made the World Cup since 2014, right? 2018 and this year, they won't be there. So it's crazy to think that England just can't seem to beat this team that just can't get to the World Cup. You know, Italy is when you think of the World Cup, the first names you put in that sheet are Spain, Germany, Brazil, Italy. And just like, well, you can't anymore because they have not made it 2 times. Good ball over the top here for Australia. But New Zealand cleared it away. Malcolm says the sheep versus the kangaroo. Kurt Menzies says hi. Hello, Kurt. Limp reports are still hungover from last night. BKR, I don't really drink, bro. I don't really drink, but it was a great day yesterday. A great day. Lim reports, to be fair, Spain and Germany aren't much better than England. They both lost. Yes, they are. Spain and Germany are. But in the same sense, that was a poor loss there against Italy. But like Italy are still a good team. I just don't understand why they can't seem to actually win enough games to get to a World Cup. New Zealand, he done the right hand side. He's gone over the sideline there. I know it's going to be a free kick to Australia instead. Ryan Zargle says, imagine Italy didn't make the World Cup in 2026 since there are 48 teams. Yeah, obviously there is an upgrade of teams in 2026 to 48 teams. That's going to be super interesting because it basically will guarantee us a spot as well, mind you. And I'm pretty certain it will probably guarantee New Zealand a spot, if I'm not mistaken. It pretty much guarantees everyone who's anything a spot. And I mean anything. I'm pretty certain you get an automatic qualifier from Oceania now, which would automatically be New Zealand because Fiji. Over the top there for New Zealand. Left-hand side. Wait, there's one down here, Australia. Yeah, I think that besides New Zealand would get an automatic qualification regardless. Solomon Islands could make the World Cup. Mate, if Fiji made the World Cup, they'll go off. No one gives a shit about football in Fiji besides the Indian population, but that will go off. They'll lose every game 10-0, but and honestly, like you joke around about that, they will lose every game 10-0. Good work here for Australia to the right hand side. I'm telling you, if Fiji make the World Cup ever, they will lose every game by 10, 14, 16-0. Australia in the box here. Come on, whip it in. Lecky, that was nice work. Shard is playing just outside. Riley McGree. Metcalf. New Zealand will definitely qualify for the next World Cup because there are 1.5 Oceania teams allowed. Yeah, well, that's what we're talking about, yeah. Because they've got no competition there. But they'll get beaten every game because they don't play with hard opposition. They don't play with the likes of Japan or Iran or Iraq or South Korea. They play with they play with Tahiti. They play with Fiji, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands. Like, it's crazy. We used to play in that league. We used to play in Oceania, but we decided we wanted to take a little bit more of a step up to prepare for World Cups and be a bit better as a team because we feel like we are better. And New Zealand are better than those teams too. They'll get pumped in... Thing is, though, it's a bit too much of a step up there for New Zealand. However, with that being said, like it will help them out gigantically to improve themselves. So, to answer your question, Dave Brown, the first thing I would do to improve New Zealand football is put them into the Asian League rather than the Oceania League. Liverpool says New Caledonia and French Polynesia clubs playing the French Cup. Go figure. Malcolm says New Zealand would win more competitions if game finished at half time. Do they normally lead at half time? I don't know about this. Someone here says personally, I think Oceania and Asia should just merge. Oh, so you want to... Okay, so you want to see Japan and Australia, Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran, South Korea taking on Tahiti, Papua New Guinea, and Fiji. Good luck. That would be so detrimental to those lower teams. You know, you want to put Samoa or American Samoa against Japan in Tokyo, they're going to get punched in the mouth, bro. They're going to get punched so hard in the mouth, they're going to probably say, you know what, we're not going to play football anymore. There's no way I would do that. Like, if New Zealand want to go into Asia, then great. If New Zealand want to stay in Oceania, then fine. But there's no way you would merge those two, because if you saw Japan taking on Fiji at Tokyo, you'll see 20 goals scored. You see Australia take on Fiji in Sydney, you'll see 15 goals scored. Alright, so 6 minutes and 41 seconds gone here, and New Zealand just playing with the ball around the back right now. Knowledge Leaks, do you agree that South American qualifiers are harder than European? Not necessarily, considering Italy didn't even make the World Cup, so I would say no. I think it's still very difficult, don't get me wrong, but I'd say that there's definitely more overall quality in Europe than there is overall quality in South America, as much as I love South American football. As Eddie Brown said, did you know Tim Cahill was close to not playing for Socceroos? He was called up to Samoa on a 20s, age 14, the rules changed so he could play for Aussie. Yeah, I know it would have been crazy for him to have had his talent wasted not playing for at least a relatively top team. It's a bad play there from Australia. Someone who says, okay, I can see your point on there, the competitiveness, but currently it's not working either way. Yeah, look, I don't disagree with you there, but it's like, how do we change it then? Because that's not a solution. Unless you have promotion relegation in regards to qualifiers, which is a bit strange, but I could see a world where that could work in regards to, okay, if you were too good then you move up to the next league, and if you were bad and came last then for Asia, you'd go to the Oceania, but that would be a sub-tier kind of deal. Hard to work out, but I guess you could merge it in that way, and then you would never see the likes of Fiji playing the likes of Japan, South Korea, and Australia. And Saudi Arabia, too, is a team that I haven't even mentioned there. Nozlix says, are you making a video for FIFA World Cup predictions? Yes, I will. Yeah, but that's like 2 months away. The FIFA World Cup, we've got to go through the whole Rugby League World Cup. It's still a month and a half away from the FIFA World Cup getting on in. So New Zealand with the ball, playing around the back line. Letter says, where is this match played? Eden Park. Lim Report says, AFC has lots of big football following, but lots of corruption amongst members. My native country, Malaysia, is more crazy about the Prem than its own league. It's pretty sad. Well, that's not surprising. Most places around the world, people in the USA care more about the Prem than they do about the MLS. People in Australia care more about the Prem than the A-League. That's not really surprising at all. Look at Africa. Most African nations, I'd probably say every African nation would care more about, the likes of Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool than their own Ghanaian league. New Zealand here with a counter. New Zealand here with a counter. And that should be an easy one there. Beautiful. Handball. Settle down. Settle down, handball. You wish, mate. You wish. You wish, mate. Settle down. Settle down, mate. So 10 minutes gone here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new around here. Oh, that's a free kick for sure. Absolutely. Free kick for Australia here at the halfway point. Yeah, so there's no surprises there with the Malaysians preferring Premier League instead of the their local league. Where is the Asian Cup next year? I actually don't know. I'm not too sure. And this is still the replay. Now we're close to handball. Not even close to a handball, mate. It clearly comes off his chest there. Comes off his chest. They don't know what they're talking about, mate. They don't know what they're talking about. Settle down. Settle down. Alright, so out to the left-hand side for New Zealand. New Zealand playing better here at the moment. They are playing it better here at the moment. Jeez. It'll be a goal kick. Sorry, corner. Corner. What's the biggest game in the FIFA World Cup groups? Oh, bro, I have to go through the groups and see. Zayman's a good crowd. Yeah, it is a good crowd. It is a good crowd considering. But apparently it's also Reed's last game. So people are obviously going to come out for that as well. So apparently, I've only heard that from someone in the chat. I'm not 100% sure, but... Alright, so from the right-hand side now, New Zealand with the corner, go for a short one. Oh, this is looking pretty average. Yeah, that was a pretty average corner there from New Zealand. Australia going to steal it back there from Dennis John Rowe. That was nice. Liverpool says, this is the most attacking lineup I've seen from the All Whites ever. They're not like this even against French Polynesia. Yeah, well, that's because for them, this is a really serious game. For Australia, this is a warm-up game, but they should be playing better for Australia. But this isn't their starting lineup by any means. Like I said, Awan Bill's not playing. And we're not even playing Matty Ryan in this game. This is definitely a weaker team than what we played the other night. The other night wasn't exactly fantastic, but you can definitely see the difference between last night and today's team already. And we're only 11 minutes into the game. Yes, I did see Switzerland beat Spain in Spain 2-1. Yeah, and then obviously Italy beating England 1-0 to relegate England, which was incredible. So Australia here at the halfway point. Here we go. Here we go. Have a whack. Have a whack. Have a whack. McGree! Oh, straight sail, unfortunately. Straight at Ollie's sail. Something that I don't think I've had a home game in the last 5 years, but All Whites, but I'm happy to be corrected. I'm not sure. The last 3 years have obviously been a mess with COVID and whatnot, man, but I'm not too sure if you've... I don't really follow New Zealand football a great deal, simply because they're not really significantly competitive, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that I really know too much about... Winston Reid looks like he's injured here. What's going on here? I hope he's alright, man. I hope he's alright. He's just kind of clutched his ribs there. His left ribs. What happens here is it's between Kowal. I think he's just, I don't know, it's maybe bruised ribs or something like that. Guy Somebody Mouse says, I would love to see the day when Australia beat England in the World Cup final on penalties. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less who we played there. It's not about beating England because we wouldn't. It's not going to happen. Don't even think about a selective choice there. Just take whoever you get, man. Because like if Australia even make a World Cup final, that'll be my life content. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll be me content. I don't ever expect in my life to ever make a final. I don't even in my life expect to make a semi-final. We're lucky to get to a quarter-final, bro. Our country isn't football, so like I'm not looking at playing England. And also, we'd more than likely lose that game. So, like, I'm not looking at specifically playing anybody. I would love to do it. I wouldn't even care about winning it. I'd be like, that is the best World Cup I've ever seen. Because that feeling in Australia, just to get to that stage, just to get to a semi-final would be incredible. Because thing is that's annoying with football, though, and sport in general, with the World Cups and the Olympics and all that type of stuff, is that everyone thinks they know everything about the sport as soon as it's happening. So when there's a World Cup on, you go down the street and there'll be some Tom, Dick and Harry who will argue with you and tell you you're wrong about the rugby league, right? And they'll say, oh, this player is better than this player. And then you're like, well, no, it's not. That's not true. And they'll be like, well, no, it is true. And you're just like, these people don't watch the games, right? When a World Cup comes on, everyone thinks that they know everything about the sport. Which is frustrating about World Cups for the people like us who obviously watch every game, but it's also good because it makes the atmosphere. It makes it all worthwhile in regards to having fun. But yeah, I couldn't care less about getting to and winning the World Cup. It's about actually just I could, but like I would just be happy just to make it to a semi-final ever. I fully don't expect that to ever happen in my life. Timmy Carr, I did watch the Sideman charity event last night. Yeah, like 2.6 million people watching. It's pretty impressive. Australia with the ball here around the back line. That was pretty poor work there from Australia. And New Zealand will steal the ball here. No, now Australia get the ball back. Oh, jeez. No, that's a bad bounce. That's a bad bounce. No, that's gone over the top there. Deflected for a corner. Liverpool, this is the first All Whites game played in Auckland since 2002. Most All Whites games have been played in Wellington since then, including that 2009 Bahrain game. Yeah, because obviously that's where Wellington and Phoenix play. That's where most of their football will be. I'm surprised that it's at Eden Park. But obviously, considering the Rugby Union was here yesterday as well. Speed was offside the entire game, Ryan Zarkles. Noel Solution says in next year's World Cup, it's going to be round 32, round 16, and so on. No. It's every 4 years, knowledge release, not every year. Alright, so they're going to whack that one away, and that will go for a goal kick. It'll go for a goal kick. Tui Loma, try to get up high there. Tui Loma. Liverpool says, would pop in the panel there. Zay Brown says, we're lucky to make a round 16. If we make it past the group stages, like we have made it past the group stages though. I remember 2006 when we got cheated by Italy. These last 8 years have been calmer for Italy based on Australian viewpoints. But it's a penalty, there's a dive, is how we talk about that. I've spoken to Archie Thompson about that moment too, specifically. Liverpool says, is it me or does Redmayne remind me of Duck Dynasty Ryan Fitzpatrick? Yeah, sort of. Kind of. Alright, so New Zealand then kick that ball out of the side. Timmy says, how is Australia looking right now? Not great. Not great, but this is a very weakened team. This isn't a starting team by any means. And Australia get this ball back inside. This is pretty a similar team to how New Zealand looked the other night. It's a more important game for them, kind of, but Australia still shouldn't be losing with this team out there, but it definitely is a weakened team comparatively to what they had the other night. Also, if we beat Italy, how far would you have seen us go? We'll get knocked out the next week against Uruguay. We'll get knocked out the next week by Uruguay. Which would have been still a fantastic World Cup. And it was a fantastic World Cup. That's still to this day our best World Cup ever. Even though I would argue 2018 is a very clear second and not too far away. And even that World Cup when we were leading 2-1 against the Netherlands as well. I think that was our group stage. We had Netherlands, Spain, and Peru maybe. I can't remember, but it was a really tough group, and we didn't win any games. We actually looked pretty solid in most of them, except for the last game maybe. We should have. Well, no, Netherlands deserved that game. Netherlands deserved that win. Yeah, Chile. Thank you. Atkinson's down. He is. Zay Brown says no. We were Ukraine after if we beat Italy. Either way, we lose. Smith says 2014, Spain, Netherlands, and Chile. Yeah, so that was a pretty solid one for us. The Spain one, I think we lost 2-0. Because 2010, I know, was when we lost our worst game 4-0 to Germany. But I'm pretty certain Spain, Netherlands, and Chile was a pretty solid. If people actually watched the game, they would have seen it we were pretty solid. That was the Timmy Cahill goal against Netherlands in that one, and Mile Jedinak got a penalty as well. 18 minutes gone. Atkinson is injured right now. But yeah, I'd say if I was going to rank World Cups, I'd say 2006. The best World Cup ever in general was 2010, South Africa. But for Australia individually, 2006 is 1, and I'd say 2018 is 2, and I'd probably say 2014 is 3. Who would be the goalkeeper for Brazil, Alisson or Edison? I think they'll probably go with Edison, based on the fact that Alisson's been having a pretty poor year so far, and Edison's been killing it as per usual. They might go with Alisson still, but it's a great problem to have. It's a really great problem to have that, whether you go with Edison or Alisson. But based on Liverpool, comparatively to City, I reckon you'll probably be looking at Edison there. Edison, that Australia's Peru match this year was fire. It was good. It ended up being good, but in the same sense, that it's only because we won. If we had lost that game, that would have been a really terrible game, because overall, for 90 minutes, it was quite slow. We won by penalties, right? So for the most part, it was still quite slow. Malcolm says, Wood played for country Premier League, he would have come off. Wood playing for country Premier League, he would have come off. I'm not sure. All right, so 20 minutes gone here, guys. 20 minutes gone. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. 20 minutes gone here. Bit of a just average game right now. Sebastian Grummer says, the 2010 World Cup nearly driven me bloody mental because those vuvuzelas. The games were good, the atmosphere was just annoying. Yeah, the atmosphere was terrible. But I think it's because you go back to the Shakira song, you go back to all those really, big FIFA World Cup songs in 2010, and they were the best songs. Waka Waka, I think is still the best World Cup song that has ever been. Or the other one, not Waka Waka. There was another one in 2010. That one too was incredible. Oh, New Zealand here, chance. Elijah save Redmayne. Save Redmayne. What song is that one that I just sung? Knowledge for lyrics says, what was better, Oz vs Uruguay 2005 or Oz vs Peru? Uruguay. Uruguay. That was the first time we'd made the World Cup. Yeah, Waving Flag. Yeah. Waving Flag is a great song. Waka Waka and Waving Flag, both the best songs in World Cup history. Every time you hear Waving Flag, you think of Coca-Cola, because obviously the advertisement back then. I don't know how many people here actually, I think obviously the people who were saying that know, but I think a lot of people probably won't even remember that based on, that fact it was 12 years ago now. Vuvuzelas made atmosphere. Are you crazy, Malcolm? Are you crazy? You liked the Vuvuzelas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You like the Vuvuzelas? I remember that people tried to start bringing Vuvuzelas into Australian games and people started getting beaten up because of it. People started getting beaten up because they were trying to play at Australian games and people told them to piss off. Don't do that in Australia, guys. Don't try and get that shit in Australia. Declan says it's not even a question, that is Uruguay easily. Yeah. Young people out there will look towards Peru because that's the one they saw. They didn't get to experience the feeling of Uruguay. Or save easy, Redmayne, easy save. No, so what's Vuvuz? So he's saying Vuvuzelas. So if you want to go on YouTube it'll come up with the FIFA World Cup 2010. Every single game had thousands upon the whole crowd had these stupid sounding the whole time. It was something else, man. It was something else, dude. Sam Gelson says the Vuvuzelas made me mute my TV, didn't make an atmosphere. I disagree. I just don't think it was great. It wasn't annoying, but I could still tolerate it because it was them. You know, it was what they were doing. It's a blowhorn. Kind of, yeah. Pretty much. But it's like an annoying version of a blowhorn. It's not just a blowhorn. Like, they have different noises like the whole time. Like a swarm of bees who won't pipe down. Oh, man. Oh, that's exactly a perfect way to explain it. A swarm of goddamn bees. Exactly right. 23 minutes gone here. New Zealand kicking this one around the back. Ryan Zagos says, I'll be back in 2 minutes then. Oh, you don't know what a Vuvuzela is? Rest in peace, bro. Oh, that's right. You were the one who asked. Rest in peace. Now, when you go and have a look at that, just know and remember that we had to put up with that for every single game for the entire 90 minutes. But that finished off as a great World Cup because of, obviously, Spain, Andre Iniesta. I think it was the 116th minute scoring against... no, that was Godset, sorry. Shall I clear it away? I think it was about 118th, 116th minute. I think 118th minute was Iniesta, 116th was Godset. Joshua Price to show might win. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright. Yeah, sure, should win today. But in the same sense, it's a weaker team, bro. It's a weaker team. They haven't put the starting lineup out. Sound like a piss swarm of bees. Yeah, man. Now try listening to that for 90 minutes of every game and then 120 minutes for every game and then the penalties for some games. That was fun times. Fun times. That should be our ball. Oh, wow. That should be our ball, that. Not sure says, would Eels winning the grand final be... Or talk about that in the rugby league stream tonight. Brian Robbins says, so what was the score in the first New Zealand game? 1-0 to Australia. 1-0. Which wasn't a great, impressive game, but in the same sense, it was enough. This game in New Zealand have been the better team so far, but this is why I said maybe I'd go a score prediction of 2-1, because Australia put a weaker team out. Andrew Redmayne in goal, not Matty Bryan. No. You'd even argue Alec Walsh should probably be there. Awil Mabil, not there. A heap of guys out. Should we be doing better? Yes and no. Yes and no. It's a friendly, man. People misunderstand friendlies. They don't really get it. Most people look at friendlies and they think it's like a normal game. These players, like, they care, but they also don't care, if you know what I'm saying. You know Moy as well, Xavier Brown, yeah. No Aaron Moy. It's a much weakened team here. Sebastian Grummer says, to me, Xavi and Iniesta are on the exact same level in their prime. Yeah, absolutely. If I was going to, like, if I drafted one and I had to choose between Xavi and Iniesta, I'm probably going to say personally I would have gone with Iniesta. But they're very similar in regards to their prime. But I'm just saying, if I was, gun to my head, someone said you have to choose one of these team players to come into your team prime, I'm taking prime Iniesta personally. But I would not be surprised at either. Prime Suarez or Prime Aguero? I'm always going to say Aguero, bro. I'm always going to say Aguero. People might be different, but I'm always going to say Aguero. So Australia here. Oh, jeez. Have we even had a shot yet? Yeah, there is World Cup fantasy Xavier Brown. There is. It's hard, though. It is hard. Because, you need to... Yeah, World Cup fantasy is hard. I am going to be doing a sweepstakes for both the Rugby League World Cup and the FIFA World Cup. $25 entry, and winner takes all. You get given a random team. So we do a live stream where we pick your team out, which is what I had with the Cowboys in the NRL. Justin Sundo has the Panthers, and my mum has the Eels for the grand final this week. So we're going to be doing that. We did that with the Rugby Union World Cup too. I received Japan, unfortunately. But yeah, you get given a random team. So if you do the FIFA World Cup one, you have a chance with, realistically, a lot of teams. You've got Spain, Germany, Brazil. You can even look at Argentina, France, Italy. You can look at England. Look at England there, because they are technically a chance, but I don't think so. That's a free kick in New Zealand in the attacking area. There's a lot of teams you can actually win with in the FIFA World Cup sweepstakes. Rugby League, if you get Australia, you'd be pretty confident. But if you get New Zealand, Samoa, England, Fiji, Tonga, you wouldn't be too disappointed. Aiden Smith says, Prime Suarez is so much better than Prime Aguero. So Aiden Smith, I'm a City supporter. With Sergio Aguero when he came in, and also so much better, brother, have you seen the stats in regards to the Premier League? Like, cool, bro. Like, if you want to talk shit, like, fine, but back it up with stats, right? Because Aguero, goals per minute, shits on Suarez. Just want to throw that out there. The only reason that you probably think that is because Aguero had more injuries, right? But thank you for your opinion of trying to denigrate. I'm just saying, personally for me, as a City fan, I'm taking Aguero all day, every day, right? You can take Suarez all you like, but if you're going to denigrate, please back it up with stats. Actually, no, I'm going to call you out. Go and get the stats up. Go and get the stats up comparatively in the Premier League, and then go and look at how many minutes each player's played. Thanks for coming, Aiden. Chilwin says, who won last World Cup? Was it England? No. England won the World Cup in 1956. England. No, it was France, bro. England. Brian Robertson says, aren't Japan half decent? In the Rugby Union, yeah. Achievements Suarez wins, though. Absolutely. But that's not the point. Achievements comes down to team play. Achievements comes down to team play. Ryan Zargo says, imagine getting Greece or Jamaica. God help. God, but then again, I thought I was no chance when I got Cowboys in the Rugby League this year. So, you know, anything can happen. Even though they're out now, but... with my luck, I'll get Italy in the Rugby League World Cup and I'll get South Korea in the FIFA World Cup. South Korea's not a bad team, bro. South Korea's a solid team. They're not going to win the World Cup, but they're a solid team, my guy. They're a solid team. Alright, over the top here. Aiden Smithson's a Liverpool fan. Guaranteed. 1966, sorry, Sebastian Goma. Guaranteed. Aiden, go get the stats. I'm waiting for the stats, my guy. I await your stats, Mr. I Know Everything. I wasn't going to shit on you, but you want to try and shit on me. Alright, cool. Go get the stats. This is why you got to learn before you talk, guys. Learn before you talk, otherwise you'll get caught out in your knowledge. Go and get the stats. Go and get the stats. It's very simple. Go and get the stats, goals per minute, and then go and have a look at how many minutes Aguero played in comparison to Suarez. Simple. Real simple. I'm asking a very simple thing here. Like, it's not hard. Sebastian Gomez says 1966. Xavier Vance, the Super Rugby feature is out. Drew will play Moana Pacifica first game. Good stuff, man. Looking forward to that. Don't take this too deep, Aiden. It's not me having to go at you individually and saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying, like, this is banter, and we're talking about our thoughts. But you then proceeded to say, are you serious, bro? As if, like, I was crazy to think that. And now I'm saying, go and get the stats. Get why something now says, I know they're good, but they're not going to win it. Yeah, South Korea is a solid team, man. Yeah, look, Sebastian, I agree. A dark horse could be Senegal. Team's looking pretty good on paper. Yeah, but Belgium's looked like the best team on paper for the last 10 years, and they never do anything, you know what I'm saying? Belgium always choke on the World Cup stage. It's all well and good to look, fantastic on paper, but for some reason Belgium just can't click. And Senegal do look pretty alright, but overall, I still worry. I still worry. Like says, Blaze saw the invention that football made from animal skin. What's going on with you? So 30 minutes gone here, guys. 30 minutes gone. Dark Horse of Wales? Wales? Good luck. Good luck. Well, it is Gareth Bale's last World Cup, I guess. Wales? Wales have only got Gareth Bale and he's about 70. Now, Gareth Bale is one that, if you were saying like Aguero, Suarez or Bale, jeez, I loved Bale when he was in his prime, man. Gareth Bale in his prime was unstoppable, whether it was Dark Horse in Brazil. Get out of here, Azzy Sports. Dark Horse. What you shitting me talking about Dark Horse Brazil? It's not called a Dark Horse. It's one of the favourites. Dark Horse is when they're not a big team, brother. Dark horse? Brazil? Dark horse? Do you know what dark horse means? I actually am predicting Brazil to win it. Bale was dope at Madrid. Well, Bale was dope at Madrid, but it was also incredible at Tottenham. Tottenham is when I remember him for. Tottenham is when I remember him. Malcolm says 0-0 full time. I'll take it, considering I told you, I don't mind if it's 0-0, I just want a clean sheet. Brian Roberts says, how good Brazil now compared to other World Cups? Oh, not like they used to be. Not like they used to be, but they're still a very good team. So Wayne will come on here for Wood. I couldn't see that for a second. Dark Horse is a team no one thinks that will win, but it's good enough. Is England part of the favourites, are they, Sebastian? Well, Brazil, England, and France are favourites. These three don't qualify as dark horses. Brazil, Argentina. I'd just say Brazil, Argentina, France, Germany, Spain, England, France. Anyone else I'm forgetting there? Those kind of teams you can't call as a dark horse. Like they're never classed as a dark horse, no matter what. A dark horse is a team like when we saw Costa Rica do well the other year, or when we saw Iceland do well the other year. I bit my tongue as I said that. When Australia wins this year, that's a dark horse. I can't believe someone just said Brazil is a dark horse. Southern Girl says, my dark horse is Australia, going undefeated for the whole competition to win it all. Hey, New Zealand did that in 2010. They didn't win it all, but they didn't lose. They drew every game. Didn't make it out of the group stages, but they drew every game. Chilwin says, Messi any good these days? Nah, mate, he's just some straggler from down the road. Of course he is. He's older though, man. Like, this will be his last World Cup, and it's sad to see, man. He's been a fantastic player to watch over the years. We had someone the other day try and say that Neymar was better than Messi, which was incredible. Are you here in the chat for the person who said that? I can't remember. I actually was talking to a mate the other day on the phone. I brought it up that it was said on stream, and we both had a good laugh. We both had a good chuckle about that one. Free kick. That was a late free kick call. Portugal not dark horse. I would say Portugal could be classed as a dark horse. They're a bit lesser of a team. I would say Portugal would be classed as a dark horse, David Brown. Netherlands, ooh. I would say they're at the point where I'd class them as a relative. Portugal and Netherlands are probably on a similar level there. I wouldn't say that they are a dark horse, but I wouldn't say they're a favourite, as in like a top 7, top 8 kind of team. But they have the ability to do that, is what I'm saying. As it was, England aren't good. They haven't even scored an open play. How did Italy win that game? Yeah, fair enough. But also, in regards to that, England did make the semis of the last World Cup, and also made the Euros final, which they lost to Italy in penalties, which they always do, to Italy. So free kick here, New Zealand just outside the edge of the box. This is a great opportunity here. It's a great opportunity here. Tuiloma here with the free kick just outside the edge of the box. Come on, Andrew Redmayne. Punched his bad boy away. And that's a terrible free kick. Terrible free kick. And it will be just blocked there by the line. Tan Lee says New Zealand knocked out Italy in 2010, if I'm not wrong. Maybe by drawing with them. They didn't beat them. Maybe. I don't know about that. Did they? Oh, well, that's right, because Italy got knocked out of the group stages. There you go. Because they won the 2006 World Cup. Inside. Oh, no. Oh, no. I was straight cleared away. Thank God. I'm not too sure, Aiden, why you're not bringing any of the stats that I asked for. You're saying the same thing. I'm just asking for simple stats, bro. So Aiden said, look at the team Suarez was in for Liverpool, and look at the team Aguero was in. Stop Aguero with Suarez in that City team. Suarez produces more numbers than Aguero did, man. It's your opinion. But what is an opinion is stats. What is an opinion is stats. Because you're saying that you're assuming that if Aguero was with Liverpool, that he doesn't do those numbers. But you're assuming that if Suarez goes City, he does better numbers. Okay, that's fine, but that's assuming. That's opinion. I'm asking you for fact. I'm asking you for stats. Please feel free to go and get the stats. Simple. Nigel says, which country is the best overall in sport? Australia. But that's because we're generally competitive on every single sporting level. Generally. But we're not the best at every sport, but we're generally the most competitive. Zabrans, imagine you're Italian. Would you give up the European title to be in this World Cup? No. No. I'm taking a trophy over a potential trophy every day of the week. Euros is still a huge trophy, man. Doesn't matter about the World Cup. Although, yes, you want to be the World Cup, there's no way you would sacrifice a trophy that you won in a big European competition against the only two teams that you're taking out, realistically, is Brazil and Argentina from that overall, if you want to think of it deeply. So the Euros are pretty much just a World Cup without Brazil and Argentina, effectively. I know there's Chile and whatnot, and Uruguay, Colombia, but they're not. Uruguay and Colombia are on the next level down. Brazil, Argentina, they're the only two teams that you'd really be looking at there. And also says he completely jinxed the Cows when Cowboys were up by 8 and it was said it was game over and Cows had won. Nice. I remember that guy. I know. Yeah, Sebastian says Brazil's attack is stacked. No, 1 second in. New Zealand here. New Zealand pushing forward. Oh, jeez. It nearly fell from there. Brazil attack is stacked. Neymar, Anthony, Jesus, Rafinha, Vinicius, and Rodrigo. That's a World Cup winning attack if I've ever seen one. I just think it's time for a South American team, bro. It's been a long time. I think 2002 was the last one. 2006 Italy, 2010 Spain, 2014 Germany, 2018 France. I think it's gone too long with European strangleholds. There's going to be, and especially, it'll be such an amazing moment to see Brazil do it. Ooh, that nearly was a goal there for Australia, but it will be a corner, Australia. It'll be such an amazing moment. It'll be an emotional moment. If any one of you watched the 2014 World Cup, you would know how emotional it is for Brazil after what happened. That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in world sport. I get shivers down my spine thinking about that and thinking about how much that deeply impacted that country, how they lost to Germany. It'd be an amazing moment when they win. Oh! Geez, Sal punches it. Not convincing at all, though. But it will be Australia's ball. He just has on the edge of the box. Nice work by Atkinson. And Thomas Dang now will get this ball left. Sabin Tamang says, all I hear is New Zealand attack and attack. Might as well cash out. Yes, Sabin, it's not great here for Australia, but Australia are on the attack now. But like I said, Sabin, this Australian team is very much weaker. However, they haven't really looked a great deal like conceding. They've looked pretty fine in defence for the most part. But the attack it's pretty much just New Zealand. I mean, yeah. Germany will be there, Brighton, but I don't see them as the winners. If I'm looking, I could honestly see a Brazil versus England final. I don't think it's going to happen, but I could see a Brazil-England final. Or I'd love to see Brazil versus Belgium. It'd be such a weird final, but both of those teams have a good kind of storyline behind them. Great storyline there. Nugget says, no Wood, so it's tough without a scorer. You had Wood on Buddy the other day. Did you get it? Star says, Panthers have played really well. Yeah, it'll be hard. As well as Brazil, Argentina, Portugal have all great chance for me. Why Portugal? Nah, you're saying Argentina and Portugal because you're a fanboy of Messi and Ronaldo. Because Portugal, for me, aren't that great. I think Portugal are fine. But I don't think they're going to win the World Cup kind of fine. I think they'll compete, though, but I can't see them win the World Cup. I think if you're going to look for a winner out of Messi and Ronaldo, you'd be looking at Messi and Argentina. I don't think Argentina do it, but it would be such an incredible moment if Argentina took on Portugal. Imagine that final. That'd be such an insanely huge final, that. Yeah, Portugal would be classed as a dark horse, Sebastian. I don't think they've got it in them, but they would be classed as a dark horse, I would say. Aiden Smithson. Simple. Minutes per goal. Minutes per goal. Premier League. Tunnelly says, I want to see France getting knocked out in the group stage. So that means how many minutes you played in comparison to how many goals you scored with those minutes. It's a very easy way for people who played less games to compare them with each other. Surely we'd know that, though. Surely. Tunnelly says, I want to see France getting knocked out in the group stage. I think we all do, mate. We're in that group stage, so I think we all do, man. Australia here, going to have to defend this one. And that's a free kick show, thank you. That world would stop if Portugal played Argentina in the World Cup final. Oh, man. Can you imagine like a Messi or Ronaldo scoring Ronaldo scoring a bicycle or Messi scoring one of his nice little buddy, just moving and grooving kind of goals in the 92nd minute? Unbelievable. Thomas Carroll says, do you think New Zealand will be decent by next World Cup? Pretty good midfield by the looks of it. So, just to clarify here quickly, this is a very weakened Australian team. However, New Zealand have impressed me in the last two games. The last game against Australia was a stronger team, not the full team, but a stronger team, and they did well. They lost 1-0. And in this game, there's been the better team, but they still can't score against a very weakened Australia who aren't playing their starting goalkeeper, aren't playing Aaron Moy, aren't playing, Awa Mabil, aren't playing a heap of guys here because they've gone back to their teams, or they just don't feel like the necessary need to play them in this game. Whilst New Zealand are basically playing their strongest lineup as we speak. Wood's gone off there. You will be losing Reid. I'm not going to say no, but I do think that you will stay in this area until you go to Asia. Until you go to Asia, along with what... Because Australia was in Oceania, and we decided it's too easy, we're going to go to Asia. And, yeah. So, if you go to Asia, it'll be different. But whilst you stay in Oceania, you'll never be successful. And Australia recognised this early. And that's how we won the... Oh, great tackle. Oh! That was nearly a goal there for New Zealand. Oh, jeez. New Zealand defence, they don't have Sarpreet central right toppers. Come on, bro. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying is correct. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying you have to leave Oceania. You have to go to Asia. It's what Australia did. They've become much better as a team. They've not missed a World Cup since 2006. 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022. We're at all five World Cups. That's more than a lot of really good teams around the world. So it's like, I believe New Zealand can do what Australia's doing on a smaller level. But in the same sense, we're not actually a crazy deal different as countries in football. But people look at the fact that we're at World Cups and see us as like this big team comparison. Like, yes, Australia should be winning, but this is our depth squad. And yes, Australia should be winning, but this is also friendly. You put this into a game that actually means something in regards to like an Asian Cup or a FIFA World Cup game, which would be incredible to play you guys in the FIFA World Cup. But you put that into a game, Australia wins that. And probably pretty confidently right now. It just comes down, we've got to wait until... chance! Go! Ah! What the... Oh, I nearly swore like craziest then, Marco Tilio. It should be 1-0. It should be 1-0. Get him off. I'd get him off. I would get him off. This is a friendly. Get him off. That is mad that he's just missed that. Who's the guy in the chat that bet on Australia to win this game? Because you've just been screwed hard just then. Tilio is an idiot. Tilio's an idiot. Tilio is an idiot. This is why this is a weakened team. Tilio is not a starter. Like, Tilio's not a starter. That's dog shit. It's an open goal. It's an open goal. It's an open goal. It's an open goal. It's an open goal and he missed it. He's an idiot. Get him off. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Notch Luke says, would love to see a Brazil-Germany game in the World Cup, not necessarily in the final, but any knockout stage. Brazil can get revenge. Oh, bro, that'd be incredible to watch. 99% of the chat, 100% of the chat would have gotten that goal, mate. Duke, buddy, blazes it over. 100% of the chat. I don't care if you're 5 years old, you put that in the back of the net. I'm not even joking. I'm not talking shit. I'm not making a joke. I'm not having a laugh. If you are 5 years old, you put that goal in the back of the net. 5 years old. 5 years old. That'd be half time here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. Serge25 says a blind man could kick that. Literally. Worrying for New Zealand, though. They've dominated this first half and they should have been down 1-0. Worrying. It was a soft pass. No one even close to him. So it's just delaying the inevitable. So this guy just cost me $500. So there's still a whole second half, but if it stays 0-0, then... If it stays 0-0, it will be... Yes, that would have been costing it. Aiden Smith says, Suarez has 138 minutes per goal and Aguero has 109. Thank you. By your logic, Kalichi Iheanacho is better than Aguero, bro. Not the best argument. Bro, my God. This guy doesn't know when to stop. My God, you have no idea what you're talking about. So you're going to tell me that goals to minutes doesn't mean anything. So you're saying that, because now you've brought up Iheanacho as if like he's in a similar level, right? So if you're saying that, if everyone else is saying Aguero and Suarez are on the same level, right? And then we're going to go look at those stats there that show that he's scoring a goal 18 minutes or 19 minutes before Suarez for every minute per goal. And now you're going to dismiss it. You're very selective with your thought process. You're very selective in your argument. It's very easy to select your argument and not actually listening to what other people are saying. I get your opinion, but that's the stat right there. And penalty. That's a goal kick. Those are the stats you wanted. Yeah, and it proves you incorrect in regards to the fact that you're trying to assume and trying to say to us that Suarez is 100 billion times better than Aguero? Because you said, surely not. Like, you're making out as if it was a ridiculous statement to make Aguero. Okay, well, if it's a ridiculous statement, then why is he scoring more goals per minute? Just asking the question. But you're going to be very selective in your thought process here because you have your opinion, right? But I have my opinion, and my opinion lines up with that stat. That's what we're talking about here. But if you want to pretend and put your head in the sand and pretend like it's a completely massive gap difference there, then cool. Suarez also went to big-time teams like Barcelona, right? But you don't want to obviously talk about that. You want to say that City had a better team then, which is obviously, okay, fair. It is a better team there. But also, Suarez went to Barcelona, which is probably going to be weighing into your argument here. You don't know what you're talking about. Don't jump out of your lane to talk about something that you clearly don't know what about, because that took you a long time to get really simple stuff. And you still can't admit it. See, Aiden Smith, I'm going to move on from you because you have no idea what you're talking about. Like literally. I'm going to move on from you. I'm going to go back to the chat because you, honestly, are so selective with your thought processes and you will refuse to listen to stats that prove you incorrect. But thanks for coming, man. Thanks for subscribing. We'll see you later. Brighton Robinson says, selective for his own benefit. Exactly right. It's very selective. Malcolm Packer says, Suarez is better at biting people, right? Yeah. Declan Smith says, should have been a pen. Niles Rodriguez says, am I an idiot for thinking Japan makes it over Germany to the round of 16? I wouldn't say you're crazy out of this world. I would say that Germany do get it. See, exactly right. See, Aiden can't respond. He does it ha-ha. I know he's burning up right now. That's the best part. That's the best part, is that he's burning up as he's typing. He's like, oh, he doesn't agree with me. That's what happens all the time here. But no, I think Japan have a good shout. I don't think Japan are that bad, but I will remind you that Japan weren't looking great until they played Australia, and then kind of had a bit of form going into the end of those group stages, but of the qualifiers overall. But yeah, look, I think that Japan probably won't make it over Germany, but it's not a crazy shout. But guys, it is half time and it's 0-0 there. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. Sebastian says, indeed, Golden Tooth Award winner 3 consecutive years. Go on, something else. Would you say MSN was one of the best trios ever? Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. Well, based on name, yes. Based on name. Jazz Club says, just because someone is in a better team than another person doesn't mean the person that's on the better team is better. Absolutely. It's very obvious, but like I said, the guy is showing casual vibes, 100%. Like Aiden, if he's not a casual, I give up. Like if he's not a casual, I'm not a fan. Like truly. Brighton Robin says, would you do a ranking video of the World Cup best chance sort of thing? Yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll be doing a live stream with you guys where I'll go through all the FIFA World Cup, and I'll be doing my group stage predictions live with you guys. But that's still a month and a half away, guys. As Sports says, Croatia made the final, but I think they were a dark horse. Croatia made the final, but I think they team are on a bit of a down, but they still have one of the best midfielders in the world in Modric. They're not what they used to be, but Modric is getting a bit on now too. I think people are really sleeping on Belgium. I do. I think this is Belgium's best chance in a while, and with the likes of Kevin De Bruyne there. But in the same sense, they always seem to just choke it up. They always seem to mess it up when they get to the end. It's really weird with Belgium. They've got a great team, but they never seem to actually win. Sports Night's a solid first half. I don't reckon we will concede one, so I hope we get one. Well, we should be up 1-0, Australia. We got dominated for most of that half, and we should be up 1-0. It's actually really disappointing. It's actually really, really disappointing that we're not leading 1-0. If Marco Tilio wasn't, a under-5s school kid, we would have been up 1-0 at the end of that 43rd minute there. But obviously, he missed an open net, and the guy's a muppet. Tesla said, do you think we're going to beat France in the group stages? I wouldn't go as far as say I think we're going to beat them. No, I wouldn't go as far as say we're going to beat them, but I think that there is always the likelihood of upsets in FIFA World Cup, and we've seen that many times in the past. There will be one team this year that you don't expect to make it to the semi-finals or the quarterfinals. I don't know who it will be. It might be an African team. It might be Senegal. Might be, like we saw Ghana do it back in 2010, I think it was. 2014 was, I think, Costa Rica. Croatia was 2018. There's always one team which is a bit random that's up there, and you just got to hope it's your team, man. Every time. You just got to hope it's your turn. Zenitch25 was looking out when he kicked it, but he wasn't focused on the goals because he's an idiot. Brian Roberts says, those kind of videos help people like me who don't really keep up with football. Yeah, absolutely. It's important to put those out there because obviously we have a large rugby league audience here. Plus also we got union, football, cricket. We've got people from all different sports on here. So, yeah, I definitely will be doing that. I'll be doing that with the A-League next week too, but the A-League's not that great. But we'll see where we go. See how we go. So I think Poland have a shout. No, I think Poland are a good team, though. They're a very solid team, Poland. A very solid team, that's for sure. There's nothing wrong with Poland at all, but I can't see them being anything big time. But Lewandowski's last ever opportunity. Lewandowski's last time at the helm. I think Zlatan is still playing for Sweden as well, mind you. Yanni Mavra says, hello. Oh, hello. I don't know why I read that out like, hello. Hello, sir. Sebastian Gomez says, have you seen how stacked Brazil's attack is? Orsic won't do shit against those. Yeah, Brazil have such a ridiculous attack this year, especially with Gabriel Jesus in form too, man. Like, Gabriel Jesus is in a lot of heavy form. I'm probably going to get rid of him in fantasy for a couple of weeks, though, due to the fact that you've got a tough run coming up, and also you've got that game that was postponed against Man City. So I think you have Liverpool, Tottenham, and the bye in the next 3 weeks or something like that, which is something that I don't want anything a part of. And a lot of people are going to need to either use a free hit or prepare for it now in regards to that Man City versus Arsenal game. So a lot of people have 3 City, 3 Arsenal. Liverpool says, I think I'll be more concerned for Brazil's defence. Well, go and tell us their backline. I can't think, like right now, I can't think of their backline. Go and tell us Brazil's backline. Noel Stokes, would love to see Norway make the World Cup. Want to see how Haaland does on the international level on a big stage. Most likely 2026 World Cup, where would be near his prime. It's crazy to say that he's not even in his prime at the moment. But, yeah, 2026 with the extended... But, like, Norway are a poor team, bro. Like, Haaland is incredible, but Norway are a poor team. Like, let's go have a look at the FIFA World Cup rankings. Yes, Aiden Smithson. That's exactly what I just said 5 minutes ago, by the way. Taking you a while to register that. FIFA World Cup. FIFA World Rankings. Let's have a look at that. It's obvious, Aiden Smithson, because none of your argument makes any sense whatsoever. Even people in the chat are laughing at you. Sebastian says, did they even play Orsic against Denmark? I think he came off the bench but didn't have any impact. I'm okay with that. Let's move down here. Oh, we're probably in like 40 to 50 range. So 1's Brazil, 2 Belgium, 3 Argentina, 4 France, 5 England, Spain, Italy, Netherlands. Let's just keep going down. Mexico should be below Uruguay. Colombia is super low. USA in 14 is stupid. I think we might be around 40 something. We're 39. Yeah, Australia are 39. Norway are ranked 36. It's actually not as bad as I thought. I thought Norway were going to be ranked around the 45 area, around Ecuador and whatnot, but apparently I'm wrong there. So Australia are ranked 39 in the world, but world ranking's been jack shit, really. And then let's go have a look where New Zealand is. No one here... Okay, so Aiden, again, you've misunderstood it. No one here is getting angry at you or talking shit to you because of your opinion of Suarez is better. You can have that opinion. It's not a crazy opinion. The reason why you've been, put on blast here is because your refusal to understand that what you said was basically alluding to the fact that Suarez was 10 times the player that Aguero is, because you said serious, bro, with a question mark, as if like it was a crazy thing to say. No one gives a shit what you think in regards to if it's Suarez being better, because I don't even necessarily 100% disagree. I just say, I'm a City fan, I've seen everything Aguero could do, minutes per goal, he shits on Suarez there, which you've proven there, and I think that Aguero was a better player, from my personal opinion. No one's having to go at you for your opinion with Suarez. Suarez can easily be classed as a better player, but your refusal to acknowledge it, you're actually, time out, you're boring. Slovakia, Ivory Coast, Venezuela, Northern Ireland, Finland, Ghana. Ghana have dropped off massively. Wow. Ghana have dropped off massively. South Africa, 68. Where's New Zealand? Jeez. Where's New Zealand? They're not even in the top 100. Unless I've missed them. Have I missed them? Chuck says, Aiden, I've been loving you for a while now, but I'm more becoming bored of you. Shuraken's always got that comment that comes out of nowhere. 103 New Zealand are ranked. 103 New Zealand are ranked. Wow. They're below Trinidad and Tobago and Kenya. That's actually crazy. India and New Zealand are 103 and 104. That's mad. I didn't realize how low they were. We're just working our way up the top 200 BKR. Fair enough. I don't think that they should be ranked there. So they're 103. Let's go and have a look at at least they're not San Marino. Let's go look at number 2. So let's go have a look at who's above them, who I think they should be above. I think New Zealand should be above Lebanon. Congo. I think they should probably be, let's keep going up. Above Syria, yes. I'd probably put New Zealand definitely above China. Are you joking? North Macedonia, Iceland. Oh, no, they're not going up to Iceland's way. Montenegro, I think South Africa do them. UAE, Iraq. China in 78 should be lower. I'd probably say, because Honduras is the ones who beat. Didn't they beat? No, we beat them in the last World Cup qualifiers. I think New Zealand probably should be around the 86 mark with Jordan, but lower than Jordan, maybe above Zambia. Yeah, I'd probably put New Zealand between Jordan and Zambia. Yeah, that's where I probably put New Zealand there. But that's crazy. They're not even in the top 100. Ryan Zagos, San Marino winning the World Cup. Have San Marino? No, they've never been in the World Cup. Can he switch to England if he wanted to now? Who? Ooh. Other than the top 10, every other position doesn't make sense to me. What are you talking about? Oh, in regards to the group the rankings, they always deserve to be higher than 1 and 3. Yeah, but not too high. Like, I was going through there, and then you still saw teams that are quite good in the 60 range. So I'd say highest I'd be looking at 75 to 85. But 103 is too low for me. Yeah, I definitely think they're above a few of those teams around that 90, 80 range. USA's level, Brian Robinson. Are you crazy? USA are top 15. They shouldn't be. They should be probably like in the 20s to 30. I'd say probably 20s. Mid-range 20s USA are. USA still have some good players, dude. USA are, that's crazy to say New Zealand and USA are on a similar level. USA still have a pretty good team, dude. Liverpool says, no, USA is way better than New Zealand. It's way better, bro. Way better. But they're not great, but they're still way better than New Zealand. Let's compare on Canada. Yeah, look, Canada is a surprise packet to have made the World Cup. It's great to see them there. I don't think they're going to do too much, but a lot of people are saying they're sneaky, but I think they're just saying they're sneaky because they want them to be a sneaky overall. And they are a bit of a young team there, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that one. But no, it should be great to see Canada this World Cup. I think they've got a pretty decent group to it. I don't think it's anything crazy hard. You want to say, guys? Don't forget as well, we're going to be doing the Australia PM XII game tonight against Papua New Guinea, which should be a good stream here. I think it's at like 7:30 or something like that. As the Sport says, Haaland for me, top goal scorer. Haaland's not at the World Cup, has he? Norway didn't make it. Knowledge Lyrics says, I think people are underrating Ecuador. No, I think Ecuador aren't great. Yeah, no, I don't think Ecuador will do great. Ecuador never do well below altitude. There's that option too. But I just don't think Ecuador are that great anyway, to be fair. I think they're a solid team. They're a team that definitely can make it out of the group stages. But I don't think they're going to go anything too far. Sebastian Grumman says, USA have a decent team for a country that doesn't give a toss about this sport, but not enough to be a dark horse. We'll never see them get close to a trophy. Yeah, and if we're saying that about America, God help Australia, lads. God help Australia. Big Green makes the World Cup. He's ready. As long as Marco Tilio's not there, I'm happy. I'm happy. Lim Report says, Pulisic has hardly played this season, so that's a worry. Yeah. Football State says, hopefully we don't lose 7-0 to France. Bro, we could have easily beaten them 2-1 the last game. It was super unlucky when we played them in the last World Cup, and they won that World Cup. We always compete with the good teams in the World Cup besides Germany in 2010. We were super unlucky to even lose that game. That was a completely unlucky, deflected goal from Paul Pogba in the 87th minute or something like that. Like, we should have drawn 1-1. Someone says, anyone who says that New Zealand is better than the USA is out of their mind. He's a Kiwi. Poop says, Socceroos are really strong in the field of poop. That's a good one, bro. That's a good one. Football State says, yeah, that's true, but this time we have Arnie, but yeah, hopefully we step up. I guess there is a definite difference between then and now, but we also went into that World Cup thinking we were going to have our worst World Cup ever. People forget about that. Like, now they look back and they think it was a good World Cup. But before that World Cup, we were all going into the World Cup thinking Australia are going to get punched in the mouth in every game. And they didn't do that. They should have beaten Denmark. We were the better team there. We drew 1-1. We should have beaten them. If Azani was, able to actually, wear boots that could kick in that game, we would have won, and we would have won well, 2-3-1. If we'd had won that game, we'd probably go into that last game against Peru and a much different kind of outfit that needs to win and would have been a lot better. And the game against France, it was an unlucky deflected goal in the 86th, 87th minute, which ended up being a win for them, but it could have been easily a draw, and we were actually pretty good in that game. We deserved the draw, not a win. France didn't deserve a win. France deserved the draw, max. And yeah, mind you, Griezmann also dived in the box in that game. Yeah, there's that one as well. Leon Report says Grosso remains the most hated in Italian in Australia because he's a dickhead. Knowledge for Lyric says, which group has the most rivalry in the World Cup? I think England, Wales, Ireland, and USA. Absolutely, because Ireland, USA is political. Ryan Zargo says, mind you, that's right. Lim Report says, pray for Lucas Neal. So again, it was a penalty, but it was a dive. It was a penalty, but it was also a dive. Alrighty, guys, second half is about to start here. Second half is about to start. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're going to be showing you every single FIFA World Cup game this year. Get around. Football says this was a great game. A performance that game was a heartbreak to lose by the ball barely crossing the line. I think the more heartbreaking one for me was actually the draw with Denmark, because we were the much better team against Denmark, man. And we play them again, which is great, but like we were the much better team against Denmark. We clearly should have won that game. Football State says, shame we couldn't score from open play, though, that World Cup. Knowledge Lyric said, yeah, but I blame Azani. Knowledge Lyrics, if England were to lose a game, who would it most likely be against? Bro, I don't know all the group stages. I don't know every single group stage off the top of my head. So Australia here. Macapaka says, in football, are they allowed VAR players diving? On penalties, yes. But not in open play, no. It comes down to the referee, unless it's a red card. Red card and penalty, yes. But in open play, otherwise, no. People say, I reckon England are overrated. So, I think England's still going to be good, man. I'm going to reply to you, even though you're clearly a troll. But, I think England's still good. It's just, they don't know how to do it on the big stage. We saw them have a home final at Wembley in front of the entire country. Not a single person in that country would not have been watching in anticipation of their first trophy win in pretty much everyone's lifetime. And then they lost to Italy, who haven't even made the World Cup in 8 years. They're still a very good team. They made the semi-finals of the last World Cup and then lost. But overall, man, I can't see them winning. So if you want to say they're overrated based on that, then okay, I'll slightly agree with you. But, Australia cleared that one away. But I wouldn't class England as overrated because they're still a quality outfit. England's group is Wales, Ireland, USA. The one they could lose out of those is probably USA. No, it won't be USA. Iran. Iran will play a really weird style of football that might lock down England and might make it a 0-0 draw or a 1-0. So I'd say probably Iran out of that group would be the likeliest, but I don't think any of those teams beat them. Tesla says, do you think Australia will bid for either the 2030 or 2034 World Cup? Yep, and they'll win it. They've got the Olympics as well in 2032 in Brisbane. Gareth Southgate has a poker face. Liverpool says, drew with Italy in that final, just lost on pens. Still lost. What's your point? Nigel Lyric says they can't until at least 2038 because Aussie is in Asian Federation and Qatar is hosting, so that window closed for a couple of World Cups. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so 2038 will be the one. Biggest mistake was sending the kids to take penalties. Yeah, that was a horrible mistake. Sebastian Gomez says, rather the Welsh-British teams play stronger against England because of the rivalry. I'd say from most to least likely to be England, the group stage, Wales, USA, Iran. I disagree with you. And I think that's because I think you're misunderstanding, or not misunderstanding, but you're underestimating the way that Iran play their football. Iran play their football, we know, we have them in Asia all the time, and they're a super, incredibly frustrating team to watch and play against, offside against Australia. But you've got to remember as well, this is in the Middle East. So a lot of those Middle Eastern teams are going to be firing, man. A lot of those Middle Eastern teams are going to be up and at them because they're going to get most of the fans there, you would mostly assume. So I think that you're underestimating Iran there, bro. I've actually got Iran as number 1, Wales maybe 2, and USA 3. Because I think the way you play football comparatively to the USA play football, I think you definitely beat USA. Personally. Football States said Iran beat Uruguay a few days ago. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, Iran are a good, solid team, bro. We normally beat them, but... Susan says, thanks for the timeout, man. Learn my lesson. It's not that you need... It's just that you need to learn to kind of... learn my lesson. It's just that... I'm happy if you give your opinion, man, but to shit on other people's opinion like that, I was never going to shit on anyone. I never said anything about Suarez being bad or anything like that. I said, personally, for me, I'd take Aguero. And it's not a crazy difference at all. Like, it's either way. You're happy to take Suarez or Aguero, man. Like, it's just about your response. And then your refusal to acknowledge the then response to your response. So Australia here, just outside the box. Come on, whap it in, whap it in, whappity, 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 whap. No whappity, whap here today. No whappity, whap here today. And, oh, so close. That was actually a nice pass there for Australia. All right, Australia here starting this second half off the better. Oh, crazy there from Sale, but Sale will get there. Special Government says they're familiar with the climatic conditions. Didn't consider that, to be fair. Yeah, that. But in the same sense, these World Cup, these stadiums have air conditioning, which is crazy. It's crazy. I still think it'll be really hot though, but it's crazy to think a stadium has air conditioning. Okay, Agent Smithson, I get you. I might have assumed. It's difficult. Sometimes you got to clarify, because sometimes with the chat, it's very easy to misread. But still, eat a dick. So Australia here inside the box. Oh! Ooh, good word by Sale, but it will be a corner. Good call, Dragon. What do you mean by Russia switching to Asia? What? In that case, Saudi have a chance. I'm going to enjoy every single loss Saudi Arabia. I'm going to enjoy every single goal Saudi Arabia concedes. I will literally sit here and I will find every single second of those goals going in the back of the net beautiful when Saudi Arabia get beaten 4 and 5-0 every game. I'm going to enjoy it. After what happened in that Australia-Japan game with all those Saudi Arabian mother bitches coming into the stream. And why would Sal punch that? Why would he punch that? Oh, free kick. I am going to literally rub it so hard in when Saudi Arabia get knocked out so quickly by losing all their games. Oh man, it's going to be enjoyable. I'm thinking about how happy I'm going to be when I see Saudi Arabia get knocked out. I had no dislike for Saudi Arabia until that Australia versus Japan stream. Because they were just morons. They were dog shit, bro. Like, to lose like that and then for them all to be just spamming and shit like that and going crazy, like... Oh, man. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it. Are they actually switching to Asia football state? Oh, I get why. Okay, Russia going to Asia makes actually sense comparatively with the world situation right now. All right, so right-hand side now. Tested Aussie says, how come they want to switch? Probably political reasons. Yeah, good politics. Sebastian Gummer says, Europeans only know how Europeans and South Americans play. We rarely follow Asian, African, North American, and Oceanian football. We always stand corrected when it comes to those. Fair enough. Oh, Tilio! Save! Save. Punched away there by the keeper. I thought Ollie Sale was going to... Sorry, yeah, I thought that Tilio was going to make up for his bullshit in the first half there. But yeah, Sebastian, I get it. I do understand it. Don't worry about Oceanian football. But Asian football is tough. I don't think anyone really focuses on African. Football, bro. Maybe, I don't, like, Ivory Coast haven't been anything really since, Didier Drogba, Yaya Toure, Kolo Toure. I don't even know what they're doing anymore. It's a nice push there from Tilio, though. Just unfortunately went straight to the keeper. Yes, knowledge for Luke. If that is true what Football State's talking about, then yes, we would have to play them in the AFC qualifiers. Yes, 7 minutes, so we'll be doing that game. Alright, so Australia here. Just pushing this one out the back. It's getting a bit windy here at Eden Park right now. Our goalkeeper only knows how to punch. Well, you got to be happy with kind of how he's formed in the second half so far. He's made a couple of saves here. Well, that was dumb there from the right back from New Zealand. It's our ball. That's our ball. So Australia are the better team in the second half so far. The Saudis gave me my most viewed video. They all attacked me in the comments for saying we should have won. Dogs, bro. Tell you, they are going to be a big... I am going to buy the shirt or scarf of whoever they're playing, and I'll support every single... The team! Yes! Yes! 1-0. Woo! 1-0, baby. Mitchy Duke. Mitchy Duke. Mitchy Duke. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. There is a goal to Australia. So this is fine dining tonight, baby. Fine dining. Well, now that if you win this money, you can become a member for $5. Get around it. But Australia with the goal there, nice little header into the left-hand side of the net. Bang, bang, boom. Brighton said I like they didn't celebrate too much. Bro, it's a friendly. If you celebrate in a friendly, you're a mug. If you go and celebrate like crazy into the corner, you are a mug of the highest degree. And I would get why New Zealand fans would hate that, and I would hate that. I would never want to see my team celebrate into the corner by sliding onto their knees in an international friendly. Football States, I don't want to see Duke at the World Cup, but good on them for the moment. Yeah, you're right, but you know how they play celebrate. Yeah, I know, but they don't usually celebrate like that in friendlies. Because this game doesn't mean anything. This game doesn't really mean a great deal. But it's looking like the curse will live on here for the old Kiwi land. Thank you very much for the $8 redo donation, Sabin. Thank you very much for the $8 redo donation. The game's not over yet, though, Sabin. There is still 35 minutes to go, but it is 1-0 Australia. You'd assume we don't concede. You'd assume we win from here, but thank you very much for the $8. I do appreciate it. Here's Australia again here. Oh, ball again inside. Have a crack. Have a crack, McGree. Oh, that's a good ball. Whips it back inside. Atkinson. McGree. No. Jeez, Australia's starting to really warm it up a little bit, though. Sportsmen, we're starting to dominate here. Yeah, we are. And this is the weekend lineup. Latron Mrs. Hay. Hello, mate. ZO25 says if you do a triple backflip and kick the post in a friendly, you deserve to be booed. I would boo them. I would boo them. Sasha Gomez says shirt looks like a glory for scoring a goal in a friendly. And that's going to be a corner. Malcolm says first half we had so much possession, now it's all you guys. Which is weird because the wind's actually going against this. Against us this half, which was going against you first half. But this is what shows the definition between the two teams, because this is a depth squad here for Australia. And that's not me shitting on anyone. I'm just saying this is a depth squad here for Australia. And, you know, like I said, I don't care about the goal. I just want a clean sheet. I just want a clean sheet. Purple says, celebrating hard in international friendly also shows that your standards are low. It's not a good look if that happens. Unless you score against Saudi Arabia, then you're allowed to celebrate like crazy. If I ever scored against Saudi Arabia in a game, whether it be a friendly or not, I'm taking my shirt off and I'm sliding. I'm doing an Adebayor. I'm doing an Emmanuel Adebayor. Sebastian loves that. Sebastian loves that Adebayor. Brian Roberts says, if New Zealand was similar ranked as Oz, would it still be a friendly? Yes, this is international friendlies. Yeah. Has nothing to do with that. Get the ball out raw. Left hand side. Have a chance. Oh, saved. Mitchy Duke coming through there, but unfortunately the ball just didn't get there. Nigel Luke says, the only game that doesn't feel like a friendly is Argentina versus Brazil or England versus Germany. Yeah. And England-Italy as well. Remember that Jibber here on the stream? Oh, I will make them remember that stream too. Don't worry. Don't worry. I reckon we'll get quite a few viewers for that Saudi Arabian stream, whoever they play. Don't care. Actually, who do they play? Who do those little... By the way, I actually would love to travel to Saudi Arabia one day, but when it comes to football, you know, dick. Saudi Arabia World Cup. England Oz. In football, different. In football, England Oz. We had beaten them actually. I think we beat them the last time we played them. It's actually, Sebastian, can you confirm that? Didn't we beat England 3-1 the last time they played them? That was like 15 years ago though. But we haven't played England for a long time in football. So Argentina, Poland, and Mexico. Oh, bro, I'm gonna have so much fun. Lewandowski. I'm going to be doing that the entire time. Switch says, let's go Australia, watching from Chile. Welcome, all the way in Chile. How are you feeling about the World Cup this year, Swish? They get around the Aussies. The second half is much better performance so far. Australia inside the box here. Oh, Atkinson, what are you doing, champion? Champion, what you doing, butter? Chile, who's in Chile's group? Chile World Cup. Are Chile at the World Cup? Chile has lost its appeal to FIFA to replace Ecuador. Okay, no, they're not. Sorry. Sorry. Why did they appeal that? What happened? Greg says England's scared. Yeah, England's scared. I'm pretty certain the last time we played them, we beat them 3-1. But that was a long time ago, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, though. I could be mistaken. So Australia here at the halfway point. Yeah, this is a much better setup here in the second half. Yeah, Kiwis can't even get a touch on the football at the moment. Oh, that ball wasn't great. Are you doing every FIFA game or selected? Every FIFA game that I can. If there's two games on at one time, I'll select them. But I'm pretty certain I can do every FIFA game otherwise. No, it's Truck, and I replied to it. I said thank you. No, I saw the $8 dono from Sabine. I said thank you, because I was also saying to him, I was like, the game's not actually over yet, but thank you. Jonathan says, it's more Blaze, hello, champion. It's actually afternoon, buddy. Get with the times, mate. Get with the times. I know you've just come from the greatest place in the world in the Gold Coast, which just feels like it's always a beautiful morning. But Australia here, free kick, sir. Thank you. Imagine a Saudi Arabia versus Australia World Cup final. Mate, don't do that to me, son. Don't do that to me. People don't get it, though. If you're not a part of this channel, you won't understand there's a rivalry between Australia and Saudi Arabia. If you're not a part of this channel, you wouldn't understand that there's a rivalry between us and Saudi Arabia. It's a more deeply entrenched rivalry than Australia versus England. It's bigger than India versus Pakistan in the cricket. It's bigger than Brazil versus Argentina. It's the biggest thing that you ever did see. And when Saudi Arabia go up against Mexico, Poland, and the other good team, it's going to be a fun time. I've never seen England versus Australian football. It's on my bucket list. Australia here, free kick, left-hand side. Good ball in. Up top. Still out there. Oh, it was nice there, actually, from Ollie Sale. He loves a good punch there, doesn't he, Malcolm? Oh, no. Give him a free kick. Take him down. Take him down. Take him down. Take him down. Good. Good. Very good. I like it. That's the cut-off to make it or not. What? And they whack this one down now. What country would you say have the best individual players that never work well together as a team? Belgium. Easy. Not even a question. Belgium. 60 minutes gone here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. Australia are about to make a few substitutions. I don't even need a World Cup final. There's at 25. I just need a round of 16. Round of 16, Saudi Arabia versus Australia. That'd be sexy. Justin Sunder says, my mate just gave me a tip. I know nothing about NFL, but he said Chiefs 14 plus against the Colts. I put 70 on it at 389. What are your thoughts? Colts are still a good team. They had a rough outing last week, but that's a big call. 14 plus is a big call. I do like it, though, but in the same sense, Colts have a good team still. They've still got Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Matty Ryan. Still got a good team, man. Brian Roberts says, do football fans not like it if you call it football? I always call it football, but in Australia and America, you call it soccer if you want, bro. So I'm just going to get my bottle of water from just over there, guys. Give me 1 second here. I'm still here. You can see they're making substitutions right now. Who's coming on? Strain coming on for Atkinson. We've got Devlin coming on for John Rowe. We've got 3 debutants coming on right now. And so Devlin for John Rowe. And who's the next one? Who's the last one? And then Cummings coming on for Duke. Camo, get out of Camo. Justin says, who scored the goal? I just put it on. It was Mitchy Duke. Mitchy Duke with a header. And it only happened about 5 minutes ago. You missed it by about 5 minutes, mate. You're a disappointment, son. You're a disappointment. 5 minutes ago that happened. The great goal there by the old Mitchy Duke. About 5 minutes ago. There you go. Mitchell, I think it was here. It's Dookie. Dookie boy. Alright, so 63 minutes gone, and New Zealand with the ball down the back one. Come Dog Millionaire, he's on here, Sunder. Sabine says, made money off of Cats, Panthers, Portugal, and now Oz. Nice 2 days. Yeah, good stuff, man. What was Portugal's result? Actually, let's go and have a look at the football. Let's go have a look at all those other results from the morning. Let's go have a look there. Portugal 4-0 over the Czech Republic. Denmark versus France tomorrow morning at 4:45 a.m. Switzerland 2-1 Spain. Scotland beat Ireland 2-1. How are Scotland in football, Sebastian? Like I know they're not good, but like, are they gonna get better? Like, what's the go with Scotland? Northern Ireland beat Kosovo 2-1. Oh, no. New Zealand have a chance here. New Zealand have a chance here. Oh, blocked. Thank God. No. Oh, blocked again. Corner. Corner. Yes. Sundo, this is a very weakened team. A very weakened team, man. It's a debutante team, effectively. So Redmayne was in goal. No Moy. No Avonville. No one. That was good defense there from Australia, though. And Marco Tilio also missed an open net. So that's 25. So the only reason they get around England a bit in the World Cup is for Sucker and Ramsdale. Settle down, mate. Settle down, Arsenal. And they head that one away. Beautiful clearance there from Australia. That was nice. Who's Australia's best player? Between Matty Ryan and Aaron Moy. But they're both not playing here today. Oh, Kakache. That was nice. The crowd's really getting up and at him right now. But that was good defense there from Australia. Really nice. Really nice. Talk about rugby league on tonight's stream, Max Watson. Alright, so Australia now go down the right-hand side. I'm looking forward to seeing how Arsenal play against the good teams the next couple of weeks, actually. So Brown says, Sunderland is that Sydney FC documentary any good? Oh, I thought you were talking about Sunderland Till I Die. Yeah, Sundo, is that Sydney FC doco any good? You should be pretty well in tune with, well in tune with the old documentary quality after, obviously, Sunderland Till I Die. What a depressing show, by the way. Like, it was a great show, but what a depressing show that Sunderland Until I Die was. Out of all the teams they chose, they chose a team that just kept going down. ETM Analysis Watch Channel is on 10 play, man. It's on 10 play. If you're in Australia, 10 play. New Zealand head this one away into the attacking half, and now Australia back. New Zealand has started to get a little bit more momentum, but this whole second half has been better for Australia so far. Australia PM XIII versus Papua New Guinea, Brian Robinson, Rugby League. Oh, good work, Australia. Get the ball right hand side here. Beautiful. We've got numbers. Over the top. Oh, bad touch. Bad touch. Oh, good defense there from Australia, though. You have Tierney and Andy Robertson, world-class defenders. McTominay is shit. Che Adams and Lyndon Dykes are scoring a decent rate. So, Lyndon Dykes actually went to school with me. I knew Lyndon Dykes personally back in the day because he actually is Australian. He grew up here in Robina. He played for Robina. He's, I don't know if he's still good mates with him now, but he was best mates with guys like my brother, Lyndon Dykes. But he had the chance to play for Australia, but chose to play for Scotland. Which is kind of strange, considering that he was a, local Gold Coaster. Not gonna lie, I haven't watched it, and this may be the first time of me hearing about it. That tells you a lot, man. That should tell you a lot about what Sydney FC fans talking about it. I wonder if Jackson's watched it. Surely. He probably hasn't even watched it. To be fair, I barely even watched the Man City, weekly doco that they put on. Which is still, that's really good, but if I'm not watching that, and that's my team, I'm probably not going to watch Sydney FC, which is not my team. It's on YouTube. I don't know. Search 25 is what I went to school with Erling Haaland. He grew up in Ballarat. Well, he didn't. I'm actually not joking, by the way. That's actually a true story. I'm not even joking with Lyndon Dykes. Brighton Robbins says maybe he didn't think he would make the actual Oz team. Potentially. Potentially. I don't know. Like, he wasn't. 1 second. No. Save. Bro, grief. Anywhere but the keeper, that's a goal for New Zealand. Anywhere but the keeper, and that's a goal for New Zealand. That's crazy that he shot that straight there. The record breakers is not the same one, Justin Sano. They bring out one every week, effectively, on the YouTube channel for Man City. It's basically like a vlog, effectively. But that is crazy how poor of a shot that was from Grieve just then. That should have been an easy goal there for New Zealand. Yeah, Australia's kind of settling down a little bit here. But, maybe he thought Scotland have a better chance long term. I guess this was about 15 years ago when he was a young lad. He was still in primary school when I knew him. Or maybe he might just be in like early high school when I knew him. Primary school to early high school. Alright. Australia here around the halfway point. Malcolm Parker says, I reckon if New Zealand, ever went to penalties in a game, then the keeper would just have to stand still because we just aim at him. Every shot has been just taken straight at him. Oh, I still have ball here. Oh, no, they're going to call yellow card here. This is going to be a yellow card. Yeah, this is Winston Reid's last ever game, Justin Sonos. That's why there's a decent crowd. And also, Auckland never get football games because obviously they're usually at Wellington. But this is in Auckland at Eden Park. Smash that. Smash that. Smash that. Smash that. So 20 minutes to go here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. 20 minutes to go. One 0 I'm taking. 2-0 would be great. 1-0 would be fine, though. I really wouldn't complain with it. This is a B team for Australia. I'm actually, you know what's crazy? I'm actually excited for tonight's game. I'm actually excited for Australia's game tonight. Against Papua New Guinea. Poops says New Zealand's keeper has done really well. Oh no, what's he said? He's been timed out, so that means he said something. He said something dodgy here. Hold on 1 second here. He said something dodgy, the big fella. I think that's so mine, which is weird because I normally wouldn't give a shit about the PMXI game, and no one usually does. Oh, how is that not a goal? Jeez, Poop, how old are you, bro? Like, how old are you, man? If you're not at max 14, there's something wrong with you. To be because I think Joe DeFee's playing for Aussie. He is, yeah. Same with Tino Fast from Malawi. My boy Bowie Firma. Jojo Feeder. Magapaka says it'd be cool if we made this an annual thing or biannual. Aussie would be doing us a favour, though, giving us a game versus better opposition. And they would do us a favour by having the Phoenix. I think, look, without being disrespectful, man, this is my honest opinion. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But I don't want to play down to help other teams. I want to play up to help us. Which I don't, like I said, I don't want to be disrespectful, but that would definitely be benefiting you guys and not really benefiting us. If we get an opportunity to play, you know, Tunisia or New Zealand, I'm taking Tunisia. If we get an opportunity to play, who's another team? Colombia, or even just other teams around the world. I just don't really feel necessary to play New Zealand. It's not really something like I wouldn't mind it happening occasionally, yeah. But it's maybe like an Aussie A team. Yeah, I'd like that. Like maybe second-rate Australian team. So Kowal's coming on here, guys. Kowal, not Alu Kowal, his brother. So Kowal comes on in for Tilio. Tilio, get off the field, you muppet. Name of an 11-year-old. You didn't even get to see his comment. Malcolm says how lucky you could put a pencil in Australia goal and the ball would hit it and bounce out. So actually goes, Colombia missed out on the World Cup. Massive upset there. Yeah, Colombia, Italy, Chile. Chile didn't make it either. 3 big teams. And this is why I say to people, Australia aren't great, but we're competitive. Because we're still at the World Cup. We still had to beat a really good team in Peru. Peru are not a bad team. Like, Peru is still a very solid team, lads. You know, Peru won't be there. Chile won't be there. Italy won't be there. Are the Netherlands there? Did the Netherlands make it? FIFA World Cup groups. Did the Dutch make it? Yeah, they did. Yeah, Ecuador. Oh, they got a good group too. Wow, that's lucky for them. Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar. So there we go. Winston Reid there. We'll call his time on his international career. Winston Reid comes off and Boxall goes on. What a fantastic career that Winston Reid has had. Good on him, man. The West Ham stalwart. South Sun says, have you seen the videos of Peruvians mocking Andrew Redmayne? They're so salty. They're mocking him. Okay, well, they can enjoy it as we're playing in the World Cup. I don't care. Okay, mock us. Way! You got us. You got us. Okay, you keep getting us. I'm going to go over here and watch the World Cup that my team's in. But you got me. Yeah. I'm going to go over there, though, and watch my team in the World Cup. But you got me. You did. As if we give a shit. Save fans of Peru missed out to the Kangaroos. Bright Robertson says, how pissed would the Italians be? Mate, this is their second World Cup they've missed. They missed the last one too. But I don't feel sorry for them because they cheated us out of an opportunity in the 2006 World Cup with the dive in the 94th minute, whatever it was. So we made the quarterfinals in 2006, Bright Robinson. Our first quarterfinals ever. And our only quarterfinals, actually. But that was our first World Cup ever, and we got there. It was a penalty, but it was a dive too, and Australians will never forgive Italy for that. So we don't feel bad for him. But 75 minutes gone here, New Zealand in the corner. Australia have done well here with the B team. They really have. They're going to top their group as well. Senegal are a shout, but I would say Netherlands top their group, yeah. It's crazy to think that Colombia missed out. Because they were... Like, I remember the days with James Rodriguez. Remember when he was cacking around? This wasn't we should win this. Yeah, we always should have won this. 25 says, Peru have nothing over us. We'll dominate them in pretty much every sport and beat them in their best one. That's a great point because Peru, their best sport is football, and yet we beat them in it. And every other sport we would annihilate them in. What do you mean what would be the most exciting World Cup? If they stole the Euro trophy from England, I don't feel bad for it either. Sebastian. I don't know if you want me to say. I don't know if you want me to reply to that. I don't know if it was Italy stealing it from England or England choking it away. As in final, the most exciting final would be Argentina-Portugal because Messi and Ronaldo will retire after this World Cup. They won't do another World Cup. It's a good free kick opportunity here for New Zealand. The most exciting would be Messi versus Ronaldo. But I guess you would look at also Brazil versus Argentina, or you'd look at an England-Germany kind of deal. Peru and Rugby League. Oh, so God help them. God help them, son. But I'd say that the biggest final would be this year either Brazil-Argentina or Argentina versus Portugal. Because Messi is Argentina and Portugal is Ronaldo. Sebastian Gomez, I know the reply. England robbing Denmark with a semi-final penalty. No, my reply wasn't even to do with that. It was just that England were their own worst enemies and weren't good enough. It wasn't anything about robbing. Sorry. Like, there's no way that England should have been losing that game. Like, there's no world that should have even been possible at Wembley. All right, it's a free kick here in New Zealand, just outside the edge of the box. It's a good opportunity here too. It's a good opportunity. Too high. Too high. 77 minutes gone. 13 minutes here. Too high there. When Australia vs Scotland, the Rugby League World Cup would be like 102-0, not even joking. It is a shout. It is a shout. It is a shout. But you've also got to remember they'll play a weakened team in that game. How big is a home advantage in football? Crazy, crazy big. Crazy, crazy big. A home advantage in football is the difference between Aston Villa losing 6-0 at the end of last season and losing... Oh, once again, Australia! Oh, and Aston Villa leading 2-0 before City came back to win 3-2. That's the difference. Aston Villa lose 6-0 at the Etihad, but they lose 3-2 at Villa Park. Jean-Carlos Mora says something that I don't understand, but thank you. Ryan Zaga says New Zealand played Scotland in 2017 and won 74-4, so maybe 80-0. Oh, chance for New Zealand. Chance for New Zealand. Can someone translate old mate? Corner. New Zealand with the corner here. New Zealand with the corner here. Someone translate that. That's a game you can say 150, not look like I'm up, but no, you're still up for saying 150. Australia probably win that game between 70 and 100. It's entirely possible. Australia won't get away. How would Oz go if the World Cup was here? Oh, pretty similar to what we normally would go like. Oh, here we go. Chancey Kuol. Put it inside the middle. Shoot! Saved by Sale. Save again by Sale. Off the post. You're joking. It's a penalty. What just happened? That was incredible from Sale, by the way. That was incredible from Sale. But, wow. Wow. So it will be a penalty here to Australia. That was nice there from Kowal. That was nice from Kowal, man. And it was a great pass. And then good save by Sale. Good save by Sale again. And then up it goes there. And there will be a penalty here to Australia. Liberato Kakachi will be the one who handballs that one. Here we go, guys. Here we go. 80 minutes gone. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. But alright, Australia here. Jason Cumdoggo. Here's the Cumdog. Cumdog for his goal. Here we go. Cumdog. First goal. Penalty. Come on. This will be the game as well. Come on, come on. Come on. Yes! Game over, baby. Game over. 2-0. That's the game, baby. That's the game. Texas, how would you compare this performance to the other game? Better-ish. Second half's been good. This is a... they've just brought up the below slide. This is a B team, but in the same sense, they've actually performed better. But, yeah, it's definitely a handball there. It would have been a goal. Ollie Sale actually wouldn't have saved that. Yeah, it's done dusted Sabine me. Absolutely. If it was taken as serious as NRL or AFL here, how would our team compete? I know it's kind of hard to guess. It's really hard, man. But that's a goal there for Australia. It makes it 2-0. And that should be the game. This just saying New Zealand goals are worth 3 points. Well, I don't think you score a goal. So I'll give you 100 points per goal. I'll give you 100 points per goal this rate, man. There's 8 minutes to go. 2 clean sheets. I can't complain with that over across the 2 games. People will be like, oh, but Australia didn't play well. Well, we got 2 clean sheets. 3 goals. Nothing to scoff at. It's a friendly. No one really gives too much of a shit about the result, but we'll take both wins, and New Zealand still wouldn't have beaten us since 2002. Nobody says this is seeing New Zealand shots on target are worth 2 points. Alright, I reckon we still win. Because Australia is still killing it right now. It's a great introduction there for Kowal, though. Alright, Keanu Bacchus here. The Wanderers man will come on. Player of the year for the Wanderers last year. Who will he come on for? Who will he come on for? At least it was a good crowd there. I'm happy with this result. I'm content with this result. I'm definitely content with this result. I think the boys have played alright today. The first half was definitely all New Zealand, but we should have been up 3-0. We should have had that goal from Marco Attilio. And anyone who thinks that wasn't a penalty is a madman. I don't see Jake Brimmer going to go with the Socceroos. Malcolm says, park a bus in front of goal and we would miss the bus. Unfortunately, it's not really been the game for New Zealand today. They had some good opportunities in that first half, man, but... oh, well, that's our ball, that's our ball. Well, that's our ball. That's our ball. Thank you. ZH25, what is old mate saying? What is Jean Carlos saying? So free kick to Australia, 6 minutes to go here, lads. 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go. Whoa. They were asking where the game is being played. Eden Park, Auckland. He asked where the game is being played. Eden Park in Auckland, New Zealand. If we can win this 3-0, it'll be great. But I'm super happy with 2-0. People always want a heap of bloody goals, but for me, the clean sheet's more important. Especially considering we didn't even play Matty Ryan. We had the greatest grey wiggle that ever did grey wiggle. Oh, bit of a shove. Bit of a biffo. Bit of a biffo. Go on, have a slap. Come on in. 11 fouls at 10, Australia. I haven't had any issues with the referee today, which is great. I think the referee's done a fine job. Nothing wrong with what he's done. Oh, Australia here. Nice ball. Nice work. Down the right-hand side. And here's a chance here for Australia. Great ball. Great ball. Whacks it back. Oh, nice defense there from New Zealand. That's terrible from New Zealand to kick that ball straight to Australia. Wow. That is horrific. He passed that straight to the Aussie, right on the edge of the box. Out of this world. Malcolm, you'd be happy with that. Yeah, this is nice. Just playing it around. Brennan says, Cumdog and Kowal need to be on that playing guitar based on their cameos today alone. Doing more than most of the regular forwards Arnold plays too often. Well, this is a better performance in this game than the game in Brisbane where we won 1-0. And not because of the scoreline, just because it's been a better performance, especially in the second half. First half was average, but it's been a pretty clean performance here from Australia. Especially considering this is our B team playing today. Is defence more important than attack in football? Always. A good defence will always hold out your best attackers. But your best attackers will always put quite a few past a pretty average defence. Texas Mariaha says, sure, brother, go to Kiwis anyway. Well, you've got the Bledisloe, which is still 20 years in the making for Australia. But, yeah, you guys haven't beaten us in this sport for 20 years. So that's why Kiwis love the rugby union so much, because in every other sport, Australia gets them done. But when it comes to union, it's always the Kiwis. Brendan Weston said, that's just it. Our B team are playing better than our A team the other night. Yeah, crazy. But our first half was a bit worrying, but they definitely have done well in the second half. Very clean performance second half. And we should have been up 1-0 at the first half as well, mind you. Marco Tilio missed an open net. If Tilio didn't miss that open net, it would be 3-0 right now. Get why something matters. Defense wins games in every sport. Except baseball. But I guess you'd say pitching is still kind of defense, so I guess, yeah. Texas says, nice world, bro. I'm not sure. Brighton says, geez, how good of a defender do you have to be to stop Messi? Yeah, you need to be Vincent Company. Shay here. And that's going to be a corner, I think. Corner? No. That was nice defense there from Tuilama. Tuilama's had a fine game today. Qual! Oh, safe. I didn't even know where the ball was. I don't know where Sarpreet is, Tom, but he hasn't been playing these last couple of games. Don't forget, guys, thumbs up button and subscribe. We're here for the entirety of the World Cup, every single game. And the Rugby League World Cup. Rugby League should be a good one. Only Maguire can stop Messi Ronaldo. Maguire couldn't stop a bloody 5-year-old child at the Paralympic Games. CS25 says, yeah, defending in golf is really important. Brighton says, doesn't seem like the defence gets much praise in football, but I guess I wouldn't know. People who watch football religiously know that defence is more important. And a lot of the really, really old-timers, like the guys who really have been watching this game for 50 plus years, say goalkeeper is the most important role on the field. They say the strikers are actually less. And I could actually say the attack is maybe the weaker, because I personally believe that the midfielder is the most important player on the field, because the ball doesn't get to the defence if the midfielder controlling it. So your defenders don't have to do anything if your midfield's doing their job. But also, if the ball is with the defence, the ball doesn't get to the attack without the midfielders. Oh, Kakacha back in. Head it away. Shrug, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out. I want that clean sheet. I want that clean sheet. I want a clean sheet. Oh, here we go. Oh, free kick, damn it. Free kick. I believe it's the midfielders, but that's because without the midfielders, the defense can't get the ball to the attack, and without the midfielders, the defense is always going to be blasted by ball. So I like midfielders, but I'm okay with what people like with their people's opinions. Brian Roberts doesn't seem like the defense gets most praise. That's right. Get my stomach mouse says 100% of the chat could get past Maguire. Absolutely. Maguire couldn't stop a parked car. How safe would you feel if you had a gun goalie? Well, even gun goalies can concede, obviously, but... Oh, here we go. Australia here. Good ball. Good ball. That's a free kick too. What? To New Zealand? That's crazy. Yeah, like I feel safe with Matty Ryan between the sticks for Australia when he's there. Obviously, Andrew Redmayne's playing today, but I'm pretty content when Matty Ryan's in between the sticks. Easy save, Redmayne. I can't believe that was a free kick to New Zealand and Australia just then. How many added minutes? Oh, ball's going to sit here nicely. Come on, Cummins. Come on, Cummins. Inside. Oh, why did he cut that back? He shouldn't have done that. Oh, and that's corner. Let's get it. That's a corner here for Australia. 3 added minutes here, guys. 3 added minutes. 3 added minutes. Two and a half minutes to go here at the game. We'll take this win here, Aussies. We'll take this win. It's a good win going into the World Cup. B team. We won both these games. I don't think we have another game before the World Cup, do we? This is our last game, isn't it? And all they can say, free kick there to New Zealand. Qual did more than Tilio. Well, at least with Qual, he didn't miss an open net. And that'll be a throw-in. I said 2-1. Obviously, New Zealand didn't score. So I'm very happy. But I'm pretty certain we don't play another game. How was Mark Schwarzer compared to other great goalies? Marky Schwarzer was fantastic for Australia, man. Oh! Cleared away. I don't want that. I want that clean sheet, man. I don't want a goal conceded. I don't want a goal conceded. I don't want a goal conceded. I don't care. We'll win the game, but I don't want a goal conceded. It'll piss me off. It'll piss me off. Don't concede a goal. Do not concede! Okay, they cleared away. Oh my god, no! No! Clear it away. A minute to go here. New Zealand trying to get that one goal. They still lose the game, guys, but for Australia, we want a clean sheet. At least it's an exciting finish for a game that's already over. 60 seconds left here. Go out for a goal kick, hopefully. No. Pretty much, I'm sure we'll have a couple of friendlies in the Middle East prior to the tournament beginning like we had before the last World Cup in Russia. Alright, that's it. 50 seconds to go there, but it'll be Australia's ball. Yeah, maybe, Brandon. But it will be against teams probably like an Iran and stuff like that. Probably like an Iran. Maybe like a... who else, maybe? Maybe like a Qatar. Potentially. 20 seconds to go here. 20 seconds, no! Let's go, Aussie boy. I swear to God, you better not concede here. Okay, they cleared it away. 10 seconds left. Is it a big risk to play your best teams in games like this? No, not really. But these are selection games, right? So Australia have used these 2 games as a way to prepare for the World Cup in regards to selection. But that's it, guys. There we go. So the full-time score will be 2-0 to Australia. You'll see Mitchy Duke get on the scoreboard, and also Cummins, which is great to see there for his first goal. Could have been 3-0. Marco Tilio missed a open goal in front of the net, in an open net, sorry. But overall, we'll take the win there, 2-0. Good stuff. You know, you can't complain with that one. But guys, we're going to jump off for now. We'll be back in about a few hours' time at 7:30, I think it is, or 7:15 for Papua New Guinea versus Malcolm's crying. Papua New Guinea versus Australia PMXXII, sorry. So yeah, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to you, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya. Go the Aussies, baby.